Hello, Year 7. By now, you would have been given this sheet that you can see in front of you. So you have 5 different face shapes and a square for you to create your own. So you can see already that I'm using Procreate, and I'm using a grey color to represent the fact that you would be using your lead pencil really lightly. And you can see that I'm using the proportions of the face very loosely. So I'm just drawing an X where I want things to be, mainly where I want the eyes to be. So from there, I am creating different facial expressions for our cartoons and creating personalities for the characters. So you can see in the first one that I have used a rather traditional proportions of the face. The eyes, the nose, the mouth are very similar, but I've added some interesting hair and some accessories. For my grandpa's face that I'm working on at the moment, I have elongated the face and I've made the nose really, really long, and I've exaggerated his ears and made them very big. I've also included wrinkles and lines on the face to suggest like age or whether someone is angry. So my sassy little character that I'm drawing now, I've made her eyebrows really, really high on her face. And I've also included some 2 lines in between her eyes to suggest that she's a little bit cranky. So you can experiment with this, put different accessories on your character, put different hairstyles. You can even put the eyes low on the face or high on the face and experiment with that. But you are using your lead pencil nice and lightly first, and then you're going to go back over it a little bit darker. So you can see that I'm doing that now. And I'm fixing up some lines as well. So I'm kind of editing my drawing and the lines that I've made, and I'm adding this darker line. So you can see that my eyes on the first one are almond shaped like normal eyes, but the second and third one that I've done, the eyes are a little bit different. So I'm experimenting with that as well. My nose is also different, and also the mouth shape. So trying to experiment with those different expressions or different ways of depicting a character, because we are all different. Characters are all different as well. So you can see that I'm just going over those really simple lines, not adding any real details because it is cartoon-like, and we know that it's just outlines of features and just the really important ones. And you can see that their expressions are very different from one another by the placement of the features or the manipulation of it. So if I made this character's eyebrow, one eyebrow higher and one lower, it would look like she was questioning something or she was curious. So you can experiment with those kinds of things as well. I'm now going to get rid of the grey lines that I first drew on my grandpa character and my sassy lady character. Not my first one because Miss Wells forgot to create another layer. But I'm just getting rid of those lines. So I've just got my darker lines, and now I'm going to add color. So again, it is a cartoon. It does not need to be realistic. So we're not adding like huge amounts of tonal areas or trying to make it look realistic. But some of those lines, particularly with the wrinkles here, you can make those a little bit darker to make them more pronounced so that our characters or our cartoons actually have a little bit of character about them. With this one, I experimented a little bit more, and I made one side of her face a little bit darker to really give the idea that there is some three-dimensional qualities to her. And then I definitely experimented with hair color and really kind of making sure that the colors were pronounced and very vibrant with this particular character. Once you've done all your characters and you've added color, it would be really great if you gave each of them a name and some interests that they're interested in. Now, my interest, obviously, my grandpa looks very placid and kind. So his interests are very calming and kind. And my sassy lady looks like she's angry and could definitely yell at anyone. So I've made her interests kind of represented in the way that she's looking. And don't forget to create your own shape in your box and have a little bit of a play around and making sure that our expressions for each one is different. And that's it. Have fun, and I can't wait to see what you all come up with.